Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshini. We are studying the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and in the first 8 verses, the thought development has been. First 2 verses, Arjuna poses a question to Bhagavan Shri Krishna as to if the path of knowledge has been praised and indicated to be superior to the path of action, then why is he being forced into action, and that to a terrible one like a war? In response to this, Sri Krishna says there are 2 paths definitely available, but actually they are not totally disjoint. The path of action is for all those who are beginners, and the path of knowledge is for the advanced seekers. Both these paths are serially to be practiced and pursued and not parallelly. So these options may seem to be there, yet for a person based on his or her own evolution, there is no option. You have to choose what is appropriate at that stage. And if one says, no, I don't want to do anything, he says even the state of not having to do anything needs that we do whatever is supposed to be done. Without undertaking any action, or by just merely giving up whatever actions we are doing, one cannot hope to reach that state of perfection of actionlessness. After this, Bhagavan also pointed out that choosing to not act is also not an option, because we cannot spend even one moment without performing some or the other action. And for that we had seen with the example of the definition of action, and that is doing which one gets tired. And we find that every moment we are engaged in some or the other action, and therefore it is not possible to remain without action. Act we must, better to do things rightly so that we are out of this cycle of action and result forever. Bhagavan also painted these 2 contrasting images of people. One who has given up action externally, but internally constantly brooding over the objects of the senses. For them, Bhagavan said, they are not just foolish, they are also cheating themselves. They are bringing about their own downfall. Whereas on the other hand, we find someone who is constantly engaged in action. However, within themselves, they are calm, composed, their senses and mind are completely under their control. So, therefore, after all these arguments, Bhagavan says, so better you understand, Arjun, you don't have any choice. And when he says Arjun doesn't have any choice, means Arjun is our representative. We also don't have any choice. So we have to act. We have to ever engage in action, and what kind of action and how, that we have a choice. So what kind of action? So for that, we saw the verse yesterday, 8th verse, Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam. You perform your obligatory duties. Because once we understand what our duties are, we will not have any other mind space to do anything else. So we discussed yesterday, duties are to be understood based on our identity. It is always role clarity which leads to responsibility clarity. So who am I? What am I related to? Based on that, it will be determined what are my duties, and this niyata karma I am supposed to be performing. Logically also, if we do not do what is supposed to be done, then always there is something to be done, and that pressure remains. So once we do it, it is out of our way. Therefore, he says, not doing is not an option. Karmajyayo hi akarmanaha. Karma is better than not doing anything. But karma also has to be niyatam karma. That has to be our ordained duties. And to the extent that even this body can be maintained only by karma. So if we do not act, then this body also is not maintained. It is not possible to remain healthy also. So for even living life, we need to be acting. We need to be engaged in action, work. So therefore, he says you have to act. You have to perform your duties. There is no other option. What is a duty? Is the result of a duty anything tangible or intangible? If we think about it, what do we get by performance of duty? If we think about it, all those actions performing which we do not get anything special is called duty. Actually, because we often ask this question, I have been performing my duties, what did I get? Oh, you didn't get? Means congratulations, you have performed your duties well. Because duty is something that is supposed to be done, that's all. There is nothing in return. If something comes in return, it is not duty, it is investment. So I do something and I get something back. But all those actions for which there is no special result available, that is called duty. For example, we are born as a human being. Living like a human being, is anybody going to reward us? Are we going to recognize, or are we going to be recognized? This person, he has fulfilled his duty as a human being. We all applaud, very good, so good. Nothing will be there. No recognition, no applause, no appreciation, nothing. Why? Because that is the least expected out of you. Born a human, learn to be a human. Behave like a human. Live a humane life. That is the least expected. If we do not do that, there will be people talking about us, mocking us. We will be sometimes punished. So if we perform our duties, no result. If we don't perform, there will be punishment. That is called duty. Oh, this seems so difficult, this is so unjust. Just or unjust, but that is how it is. That's a fact. We are not going to be given any special privileges just because I have fulfilled my duties. When I follow some rules, okay, I followed all the rules today. Okay, so you don't have anything to say. Okay, tomorrow also follow. That's all. I don't have anything more than this to say. But I broke some rule. Why did you break? Explain yourself. Every day I've been following rules. You never appreciated me. And one day I break rules and you are catching me. Yes, that is how it is. That is called a duty. So if we have to perform a duty, we have to remember we are not going to get anything. Many years ago, there was a municipal commissioner. I have given this example so many times. Municipal commissioner of Mumbai. Very tough job because all underworld people and all gundas and this. And so much of illegal construction and encroachments and all these things. This man, a very frail looking man, his name was Khairnar. He became so famous. As a municipal commissioner, he was the first one who had that courage and bulldozed so many things. Nowadays, bulldozer is very famous. But those days, it was not that famous. But he took on head on against the underworld dons and all also. He did not tolerate anything that was beyond the books of the law. He did everything. And after that, the people of Mumbai were so pleased with him. After his tenure was completed, then they understood that what he had done. Till that time also nobody understood. After he stepped down, only then they understood, oh, what miracle this man has created, which has never been done in history. So everyone, they organized a gathering, and then there was a stage and he was invited, he was seated, and everyone praised him, went on praising, and after that garlanded him, awarded him this, that and all, and then he was invited to speak. Very simple looking man. If you look at him, nobody will know that he was like such a big shot. He goes up to the mic and he says, I really don't understand the purpose of all this gathering and this reward and all this. I really don't understand. All I did was my duty. The commissioner is expected to do this. This is the minimum expected. I just performed my duties. That's all. There's nothing else. Why should I be rewarded? Just because my predecessors never did their duty, one person doing duty became big. But actually it is nothing is required, because I just fulfilled what I was supposed to do. That's all. So there is no recognition required. You don't have to even talk about this and all these praises and all. Nothing is required. And he said that all this money that you are collected and given me and all, I am going to give it for the well-being of the society only. He didn't take anything. He did not reject it. He kept the respect of everybody, but he said, I am donating it all to the society only, because I don't deserve any of these things. I just fulfilled my duties. Fulfilling duties, sometimes we feel, what is there? Fulfilling duties, a thankless job. Thankless job means what? So you want thank you or what? Then it is not duty. You want to please someone, it is not duty. If we perform all my duty, will God be pleased with me? Which means you are not performing your duty, because you are looking at whether Bhagwan will be pleased or not. Only then no. We need not even think about who is going to be pleased or whether this is going to give some positive result or something. It is supposed to be done, therefore I do. This is the spirit of duty. So what is the cause of performing duty? Because it is supposed to be done. That's it. There is no second reason. नियतं कुरु कर्मत्वं कर्मज्यायो हि कर्मणः शरीर यात्रा पिचतेन प्रसिद्धेन कर्मणः. Even remaining healthy also, maintaining this body also, It is only by action. By inaction, this also is not possible. Okay, performance of duty understood. I have to perform. But sometimes performing duties also becomes, cause of bondage. What about that? I may get bound, like pounding that rice in the temple. That also can bind me. So what do I do? So here Bhagavan says that's where the secret of action of how to perform the action comes here. So this 9th verse we'll chant, please repeat. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra लोकोऽयं कर्म बन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर. हे कौन्तेय, हे कुंती पुत्र, अयम लोकः यज्ञार्थात् अन्यत्र कर्मणः कर्म बंधनः. In this world we find that anybody performing actions other than performed with the spirit of yajna, yajnartha. So without the spirit of yajna, if any other action is performed in any other way, it always binds. What is he saying? If we perform actions other than those performed in the spirit of yajna, then it leads to bondage. So what does it mean? It means that if I want to save myself from bondage, I have to perform actions in the spirit of yajna. Oh, yes, so you have to do yajna. Only then you can. I don't know how to do yajna and all. Light a fire and sit around it and do swaha, swaha, swaha. And that will be, I will not get bound. I see so many people doing this and they are getting bound. That they are not able to leave that only. What about that? So here yajnartha means in the spirit of yajna. Puja Gurudev very beautifully explains. First let us understand what is this ritualistic worship called yajna, and we understand how it is relevant in our times also. The ritualistic yajna, we all at least must have seen somewhere or in some TV or something, somewhere we must have seen in cartoons and all, or some serial or somewhere, yajna and all we must have seen. Oh, marriages we would have seen. Oh, but it is not done in the dining hall, so it may not be, no, but it is done in another place. So, no, there is a sacrificial pit called the Havan Kund, and then in that there is firewood, etc., and there is fire burning, and there are people sitting around, each one facing the fire and having something to offer. So sometimes it is some herbal mixture, sometimes it is rice balls, sometimes it is ghee, clarified butter, or sometimes different types of things. So there are different offerings that they are offering. And then all that goes in, and it is not just that they are sitting and just throwing something or the other. There is also some mantra is chanted. So there will be some people who are leading the chanting also. So some people will be leading the chanting. Everyone may be chanting together in chorus. And then there is someone who is telling, instructing also that now you offer. So there is a utterance. After the mantra, there is an utterance swaha. And after swaha, is a idam namama. So this way, all this ritual with everybody. Now, all the people who have contributed to the yajna or are a part of the organizing team may not be visible also there. Because some people have got the bricks. Somebody must have made the bricks also. Some people must have got the firewood. They may not be visible there. May not be. Then there are the women folk. They sometimes prepare elaborate feast, because after the yajna and all is over, that is why people ask that what time is the Purnahuti, because after that prasad will be there. So that time everyone comes. Suddenly there will be like 20,000 people. Until now, since morning we are doing this, yet only 20 people were there. And suddenly all these people, why? Oh, prasad time. Everyone is very interested in prasad. So, but who makes? Just like that came. Somebody has organized that also. And that food also is offered in the fire. But those people are not visible. So there are some people who are visible, some people who are not, some people have contributed something greater, something lesser, all these people, and then they are all, whoever is available, they are all sitting outside around the fire pit, looking at the fire and offering, saying Swaha Idam Namama. There is somebody leading the chanting, somebody overseeing the whole thing and ensuring that everything is happening in the right manner. So this is what a ritualistic worship is all about. Now, Puja Gurudev says, yajna in the modern context is nothing but a cooperative endeavor. Cooperative endeavor means we all together, coming together, we work together for a common goal. And common goal, not something very ordinary, something great, something noble, something greater than each individual who is working together. The well-being of everybody. So that great goal is represented by the fire in the yajna, the ritualistic yajna. And everybody, if we look at it, those people who are performing the yajna, everyone is looking at different directions, right? Somebody is facing the east, somebody is facing the north, somebody is facing the west, all different directions. But they are still facing, all of them are facing the fire. So it may seem that everybody is facing different directions, but everybody is actually centered on the goal to be achieved. And that is a common goal that we all want to achieve. So that goal inspires us. All of us seemingly are facing different directions, yet we are facing the goal from our own places. Okay, what about the contribution towards this? If we have a common goal and we are all working together towards it, does that mean that everyone has quantitatively and qualitatively equal contribution? No. It depends. Some may contribute something that is visibly great. Some people may contribute something subtle which is not visible at all. So some people have just supported it. Somebody will say, okay, whatever you want to get, you get. I will, give you the money to do it. Now that person is not visible also. That seems to be like he is doing nothing. You see, he didn't even come for the yajna, but he sponsored it. So that also his contribution is there. But somebody has given money. You have not given money at all, but then he is working there. So that is his contribution. So somebody is actually doing something visibly. Somebody is there doing things behind the scenes. But each one is contributing according to their own capacity, according to their own way, in a different, unique way. And their own contribution, and each contribution is necessary. In the yajna now, the fire is burning, it is the wood only that will burn. Yes, true. But then the bricks are equally necessary. Otherwise, it cannot be done. The cow and cakes are equally necessary. The firewood is equally necessary. People who are sitting around and offering that is also equally necessary. Somebody is cooking food somewhere else, that is also equally necessary. So each one's contribution, it may be visible, it may be invisible, it may be big, it may be small, it may be something gross, something subtle, whatever it may be, all are contributing. And the beauty is, nobody is looking at somebody else's contribution and judging them. Because everyone is looking at the goal. In the ritualistic worship, when we are there, we are focused on the fire. We chant the mantra, we say Swaha, Idam Namama. We are not looking at how much did you put. I put a handful. Why are you not putting so much? You put properly. This man is putting too much. It will all get over. No, slow. No, but nobody looking at each other. They are all focused on the goal. If all of us also, for a common goal, come together, work together, and contribute according to our individual capacities in whichever best way that we can, then definitely what will come out is called yajna here. The spirit of yajna. To understand yajna, one more example which is commonly given, which we'll be able to understand. Now, all of us must have eaten khichdi. Khichdi. It is an Indian food. Means all over India it is made. Names are maybe different. The basic ingredient khichdi can be of different varieties, but basic ingredients will be there is rice, there's some dal, there's some salt, a little bit maybe turmeric also. There may be some, and of course everything is cooked in the medium of water, and everything has to sit in a vessel. So there was this man who put everything in the vessel, and he was waiting. It's not cooking only. Why? So because the recipe book did not say that light the gas. So he had placed it on the gas and he was waiting. It is not getting cooked. So sometimes the recipe has to go into such details. So the fire is also required. So all these things, now when we see a finished product, khichdi, in that, so now this pot, inside the pot, what is the quantity of all these ingredients? The rice and dal obviously will be more. Water will be more. If salt says that there should be equality, salt says as much rice goes in, so much weight of salt also, I also want to go in. Should have equality in society. Nowadays we are finding such things. There should be equality. Everyone should be equal. Okay. So you put 1 kg of rice, 1 kg of salt. Something will be there, but it will not be khichdi. And nobody would want to eat it. We have to understand that, oh no, salt, I know that, that much common sense I have. Salt, but salt and turmeric, what about that? See, salt and turmeric also, the quantity may be similar. But turmeric is visible, salt is invisible. The salt does not say, I want to be visible. Once you put in your mouth, we will know salt is there. So the point is, sometimes the quantity may appear less. I am not getting prominence. I am not getting opportunities. It is not about opportunities. Your one pinch of you is good enough. That is creating a difference and that is contributing to what is required. And sometimes you have to jump in kilos together. Only then you will be able to contribute. The dal cannot say only so much salt, then why should I go in with so in big quantities? Little bit only I will go in. No. Everything has its own contribution to make in its own quantity and quality. This has to be understood. This is cooperative endeavor. So there is no equality possible in this manner, quantitative, qualitative way. We are all different. Let us understand that. Differences will remain. We need to accept the difference and we need to contribute to a common cause, to a common goal in our own unique way. It cannot be compared with others. That is the spirit of yajna. Sometimes we sit for brainstorming. Let us sit down and think about what all can be done and all. And brainstorming, what happens is we start throwing ideas. Okay, let's do this. And then after lots of ideas gathered, then we sit down to, okay, rationalize and zero in, shortlist ideas. No, if I say, you took 5 ideas, you have not taken mine. Why are you not taking mine? Which yours? Because when we throw ideas, we have thrown, gone. It is not mine anymore. Now it is an idea on the table. Whatever is picked up has to be in line with everyone's common goal. If it is useful, it will be picked up. It is not, it won't be picked up. It is mine. As soon as I say it is mine, I have lost the spirit of yajna. The spirit of yajna, in the spirit of yajna, it is always that what is the common good, what is the goal, how the goal will be achieved. That is my thinking. It is not about whether my thing has happened or not, my thing has worked or not. So this, with this spirit, in the finished product, and very important part is all these ingredients jump into the pot in the medium of water, and they have to be cooked. Tapna padta hai. That heat. So sometimes when we come together to work, there are fireworks. There is some friction, there is some disagreement. All this is a part of it. But when it is cooked together, we don't give up on each other. We don't jump out of the pot. As long as we remain in the pot, and we may be interacting, and there will be no bubbles coming out, dum, 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 dum. Inside, what all is happening. But it is all inside the pot. Till the time it remains in the pot, and understand that we have to work together. The dal takes longer to cook. The rice is already cooked, and it is saying, hey, dal, get cooked fast. Why should I unnecessarily sit here? Now I have started, no, and the rice starts sticking to the bottom, and it has to be constantly scrapped. So this whole thing, just imagine if all these are living beings. One dal and rice and salt, and everyone is talking to each other. Why are you taking so long? Come on, quick. I am doing my best. Why are you like this? No, don't shout at me like that. I have completely gone. I am lost now. I have disappeared. Now, please, get done fast. This is too hot. Come on, I want to get out of this. When will this gas be switched off? All this, they are talking to each other, and there is like, so much happening. But after the gas is switched off, then when we open the lid, and then you see, okay, after peeping in, can we see where is rice, where is dal, where is that turmeric, where is that salt, where is that water? Can we separate them? All have become one. That one, how did they become? Because of that tapas in that pot, heating up, agreeing to remain in that heat and not giving up on each other. They may have disagreements and all, but holding on to each other. And then finally, in those testing times, when they held on to each other, they became one. And when they became one, then they can give joy to everybody. This is what is the spirit of yajna. When we all also come together for a common noble goal, and there may be different ways of working, there may be different kinds of contributions, there may be different understandings, misunderstandings, disagreements, all these things, but we don't give up on each other. We hold on to each other and go through that, and at the end of it, then what happens? We say we stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect, like khichdi. That's what is a beauty. So this spirit of yajna, if we can act, he says that is the only way of not getting bound. Why? Because our mind is focused on the goal and not on myself or another person. Bondage comes only when I am either focused on myself. Myself means what? A limited entity. Who has strengths, weaknesses, all these things. I feel very proud of my strengths and I feel embarrassed about my weaknesses. So I'm thinking about myself, or I'm thinking about others and comparing myself with others, and others have their own journey. So this type of thoughts, these are all not there in my mind. My mind is elevated to the goal, and that goal is constantly filling me with enthusiasm, dynamism. My direction is clear, it is giving me a lot of strength, and focused on the goal, I keep on moving ahead. There is no bondage. If it is achieved, we all have achieved. If it is not achieved, let's work together again and achieve it. So then we start talking the language of we rather than I. So this spirit of yajna, Bhagavan is saying, if one doesn't work with the spirit of yajna, then it will lead to bondage. Bondage is inevitable. Any karma, it will lead to bondage. So what is the spirit of yajna like? If we have seen the jackfruit, etc., when you cut open jackfruits and all, it's a very sticky thing. As soon as it, so how do you avoid? You apply some oil. And oil is applied, and then you cut it open, and all the stickiness will not come on to the hands. This yajna bhavana is like that. It is like the layer of oil which does not let that karma stick or get us stuck in that karma. Yajnarthat anyatra. Yajnarthat karmanah anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. So, acting in the spirit of yajna is inevitable. So, therefore, he is saying, tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. Therefore, he kaunteya, he Arjuna. Tadartham matlab yajnartham. So, therefore, for, within the spirit of yajna alone, he kaunteya, he kunti putra, you please, karma samachara, you act. Samachara, achara means acharan, behave, act. Samachara means samyak, very well, act well. How? Mukta sangaha samachara. This word mukta sangha, which Gurudev writes in his commentary, in Bhagavad Gita, it has come some 82 times, I think. Mukta Sangha. I think so. You can check, not now, afterwards. So, Mukta Sangha. So, Mukta Sangha means without attachment. We have already seen what is attachment. What is attachment? I plus I want. Ego and egocentric desires is attachment. Without this ego and egocentric desires, when we act, mukta sangha, samachara. So it is not, this karma is not about me or what I want. It is about we and what we want to achieve as a society. Yajnas, it is said that the primary sadhana in each yuga is different. Primary sadhana means majority of people are able to do that. That is called primary sadhana. Then others, also there are people who can do. So in Kali Yuga, it is said that Nam Smaran is the only primary sadhana. All others are more, majority of people find it difficult. Okay, in the Dwapar Yuga, it was puja. In Treta Yuga, it was yajna. In Satyuga, it was dhyanam. So, in Treta Yuga is the Yuga of Sri Rama. At that time, yajna was the primary sadhana, ritualistic fire worship. Yajna, it was the primary sadhana. So many people were doing it. Majority of people were doing yajna. But if we say Ramchandra ji protected the yajna, whose yajna did he protect? Only sage Vishwamitra's yajna. He did not protect everybody's yajna everywhere. What is most famous, even in Bhagwan's 108 names, in his 1000 names, Sri Rama's names, it is said that one who has protected the yajna. Whose yajna? Vishwamitra. This name itself he got because he was like that. What? Vishwamitra, the friend of the whole universe. He did yajna not for himself. He did it for the well-being of the universe, and that is why Bhagwan protected his yajna. And that is why he never got bound by that action. He did not feel that compulsion that I have to do. No compulsion. But he said, for the well-being of the whole universe, I want to do it. And I will request Bhagwan to come and protect. And that's how he got. So, this spirit of yajna, even in today's day and age, this spirit has to be understood. And that is what is important for us. And in the yajna, there are these two words which we utter, swaha and idam namama. Idam namama is two and swaha is one. So these expressions that we have at the end of mantras that are chanted in the yajna, that gives us the spirit of yajna. So these mantras are not just, mantra means a formula, a sound formula. So what does this swaha mean? Swaha means the spirit of offering. Offering means once I have offered, I don't have any right on that. It is not like our way of giving gifts to people. Oh, you are wearing my jacket. What, your jacket? I only gave you this last year. I remember you are wearing my jacket only. Oh, so it is still yours, is it? I thought you gave it last year. So once you have given, then how is it yours? But we do such things. You gave my pen to that person. Where did I give? I gave my pen only. No. The pen I gave you, you gave it to that person. I saw that. I feel very bad. Why you gave my pen to that person? But once we have given, then how is it mine? Then it belongs to that person, and that person can do whatever they want to do. It is theirs. But that is not leaving us. Swaha means offered over. And what kind of offered? Yajna means once it is offered, it is in the fire, means reduced to ashes. Now you can't get it back. I put one banana there. By mistake, I put two pieces. Now I want to retrieve one piece. I said, oh, go, retrieve. You also jumping. Sometimes people do that, that Holika Dahan and all. They will put that coconut inside. But they will really not put. Because they don't want to put. After some time, they will take it back. So in that fire, half cooked coconut. It is very tasty. So I will take it away. Which means you are not offering only. Earlier, we used to put and others used to pick it up, like, the underprivileged and all, they would come and pick it up, and it was fun for them also and all. Elders used to offer it, and then youngsters used to pick it up and they used to distribute and all. That all is different. Now, we only will put near the fire, not inside, and then slowly, then we'll take one stick also from home only, that we will take it. So there is no offering only, that spirit of offering has to happen. So many times, even in giving others, whatever we do, when we give, it is over, but like giving in fire, that's all. After that, you don't get it back. You don't have any right, whatever happens. So this swaha, complete giving up, but for something higher. So that is called dedication. This dedication is very important. Even in your books and all, when we read, so then the first page, it is, this book is dedicated to so and so. Dedication. That dedication is very important. That gives us the inspiration. That gives us a direction. So am I performing my actions with dedication? There's an equation. Job plus dedication is equal to joy. JOB plus dedication, then the B changes to Y. Joy. So this swaha, that spirit. But sometimes, even after offering, uh, there will be always that I offered. I always, when I give it, I don't even, I don't remember also. I don't know. I just give it. I am always like this only. Whatever is said here, I live like that only. So I. That also has to go. Therefore, swaha idam namama. This is not mine. Not mine anymore, of course. But this giver, that act of giving, I did, that also I want to offer and get rid of. I don't want that also. Na mama, not mine. So it is not my offering. I have done. It is not like that. So when I perform this action, so what is to be performed? In the previous verse it was said, Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam. How it is to be performed? Yajnartha. For in the spirit of yajna, with the dedication, which we saw earlier also, Kartavya karma to be performed with Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. So, Tadartham karma kaunteya. Therefore, please, hey Kunti Putra Arjun, please understand, you offer your actions as the worship of the Lord, dedicated to a higher altar. And this higher altar can be anything that inspires us. Here, Bhagavan is not saying that you give it to me. He's saying dedicate to something higher than yourself, for the community, for the country. That this is for my country. This is for the Bharatiya culture, for that. This is for all my ancestors who have taken so much of pain to pass on all the traditions till me. This is for the entire humanity. I am doing something higher than myself. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. Without attachment, Arjuna, you perform these actions in the spirit of yajna, you will not get bound. Oh, okay. So, now I have to perform, yes. And as worship, yes. So I don't have a choice? No. Why is there no choice? Should there not be choice? Yes, there is a choice. What is the choice? Tell me that you do this. Because one also is called choice only. No option. Yeah, one option you have. See, actually, choiceless life is blissful life. If there is a choice or an option, that's when pain starts. When we, even in our examination, if there are 10 questions given and said, answer any 7, no headache. The headache is which 3 to leave. Because whatever I leave, I feel maybe I know more than this. So then I want to write that also. And I feel I should have written those 3, I missed it. So there will always be pain there. So when there is no option, life is blissful. Below are given 7 questions, answer all of them. Thank God. I just write. Whether I know or not, I will write. I may know only 5 answers. Other 2, I will write whatever I have studied. It may not be the answer to that question, but I will write. Why? Because there is no option. So something I have to write. Maybe the examiner may be sleepy at that time and he might give me some marks. So write something. So you are always told, when there is no negative marking, write something and come. Don't leave it blank. Because there is no point in leaving it blank. I don't know. What is I don't know? Write something. One of my friends used to write japa. He used to start with the question, answering the question, and then Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And then right now, that is why, this is how it is, like that. So much big answer you have written. Okay, 5 marks given. Bhagwan's grace. This is called grace marks. I said, why like this? Something. So I said, okay, one more reason I will give you why yajna is important and why we have to work in the spirit of yajna and why spirit of yajna is the most natural way of working. What is it? He says, this entire creation has come about as a result of yajna only. Yes. So that's the next verse he's saying, verse number 10. Saha yajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadhvam eshavostvishta kamadhuk praja srishtva. Prajapati, this creator, he created this whole universe. How? Saha yajna. As a part of yajna. Now this is a reference to the Vedic hymn called Purusha Suktam, where it is said that cosmic being, the Virat Purusha only, became this entire universe. So this one reality manifested as this world of plurality. So it is in the spirit of yajna that one became the many. It is like when we have one person standing in a hall of various mirrors all around, then that one has appeared as many. So this one has given up the oneness and manifested as the many. So as though he has given up, but he still remains one only. So this Sahayajna, with this Yajna spirit only, this entire universe has been created. And having created that, the Creator himself said, you have to live in the spirit of Yajna. This only will give you happiness. Manufacturer's guideline, user's manual has this instruction. So you have to do it. You say, why should I charge my phone? Because manufacturer says that you have to charge your phone. Okay, that is also a reason. Okay, there was more practical reasons were given, but you didn't understand. Means you won't be able to talk, you won't be able to use the phone, therefore you have to charge. Oh, that I did not understand. But then you say, in the user's manual it is given. Then it is. That's a valid point. Okay, whatever works, but you have to do this. That's all. So, may you, the Creator himself has instructed and said, may you grow through this spirit of Yajna. Therefore, it is necessary. So, we will see more about this in the class tomorrow. Okay. As per the announcement, Sunday class we had not mentioned, but then tomorrow also we will have a class. Because then we won't have a break. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.